Hey everyone! Monsters won the faction challenge, but it doesn't mean that we can't pay them back. So here's another Nilfgaard deck for you to expand the borders of the empires and to push back into monster territory. We'll discuss the defining cards and the synergies of the deck, then we see how we approach the mulligan, then we talk about the general game plan, then we do a matchup analysis, and last but not least, we'll take a look at some example matches. As always, tell me which deck you would like to see next down in the comments below, and subscribe if you want to get updated about new Gwent guides, which I do every week on the weekends. So enjoy the guide and let's go. Before we go into the deck, let's quickly look at Shupe in Homecoming, since his abilities were changed up quite a bit. When you play Shupe, you can choose between Mage, Hunter and Knight, which have different base power. Mage is 2, Hunter 4 and Knight 8. Choosing an option presents you with 3 different deploy effects out of 5, which you can select one of. From all those options, Knight is the most reliable one, and if you just want 12 solid points without any risk, then you go for Knight. Options for Shupe Knight are boost an ally by 4, damage an enemy by 4, gain resilience, lock a unit, destroy an enemy artifact. Even if you're looking for a lock or artifact removal, you nearly all the time get either boost or damage by 4 as option as well, so as long as you have a decent board state, this Shupe option should never be an issue. Shupe Hunter is a bit riskier. He either splits 9 damage randomly between all enemy units, or he plays a random card from your deck. He could destroy a random enemy, or apply a random row effect to an enemy row. And my personal favorite option, boosting all units in your hand by 1 or 2, which is random for each unit in your hand. Shupe Hunter works best with Emhyr because the deploy effects are stronger than Shupe Knight, and double playing the hand buff option is early is worth 31 points on average. Also, double destroy an enemy in a short round can be quite lethal for your opponent, and 12 points of damage is just too nice. Generally said, playing Hunter early in a round is encouraged because of hand buff, row effects and the destroy enemy ability, which won't give you that much value later in a round. The last option is Shupe Mage, which I would call the meme version. The abilities are spawn a random row effect on every row, deal 13 damage randomly split between all other units, move a unit to the opposite row, summon a random unit to a random row on each side, and transform the rightmost card in each player's hand into a random special card. Typically none of those options would get you more value than Hunter or Knight, but maybe you can make it work. I didn't find a single situation so far, so I'm not talking about Shupe Mage from now on. The good thing about the Shupe deck is that it gives you options. Not only though through Shupe, but through Emhyr's ability and the number of cards he can play double. Shupe Hunter, Unicorns, Serid, Orcs, Peter, Rotassa, sometimes even Alba Armored Cavalry, there we go, can be played twice. We also have Bribery in the deck, which can create a card from your enemy's deck, which is not a standard card you get when you launch Gwent for the first time. Therefore, it is very likely to get something that you can Emhyr as well, like more Unicorns, Gimpy and other matchup specific cards. Then we should talk about Isbel, which is not a card that is typically in this deck because a Sire offers more immediate value. However, we included a lot of cards that help us to put a lot of tempo out in round 1 to win it, and Isbel shines when you have Last Say. Isbel has an order ability that makes you draw a card from your deck and from the enemy. You then choose a card while you give the other one to your opponent. If you have Last Say and you play Isbel as your second last card and the enemy has no lock or 5-point damage card in hand, which often is not the case except you play against Brewer, then you can execute your order ability, and then the enemy already has passed. This way, he draws a card which he can't use, giving you card advantage, and you can choose the best card out of the 2. If you need to play Isbel earlier, then that's not a big problem as well. She won't give you card advantage anymore, but typically in round 3 you don't have good cards anymore in your deck, so Isbel will be able to steal a decent card while the enemy gets something they won't be needing too much. The remaining cards of the deck are pretty standard. We have 2 engines with Magni Division and Nausicaa Sergeant, locks through Alba Armored Cavalry and Orcs, damage and removal in the form of Chironex, Ifrit, Serid, Wolfpack, and so on. Those cards are only there to put out value, which is also why we have chosen Ifrit in this deck. If you wanna play around, you can think of exchanging him with Leo Bonhart, but I chose Ifrit for the consistent value output and removal ability we need for round 1. Witches and Roach are included to thin the deck and for added value in round 1. Try to avoid gold cards while your Magnet Division is still ticking, or Roach may jump onto the same row and prevent your Magnet Division from growing. Typically, your enemy removes locks your Magnet Division anyway quite early, so it should not be an issue anyway. Slave Infantry is poor value, especially if you hit a 1-point unit, which makes it a 9-point play. Alchemist is just a filler card, and last but not least we have Albrecht. Playing Albrecht on a ranged row enables you to select a card off the deck which you can put on top of it to draw it next round or with Isbel. If it is a unit, then it will also get buffed by free. Now let's look at the mulligan. Your round 1 mulligan is a bit hard anyway, because we have Witches and Roach in the deck. So typically, get rid of Roach and too many Witches first. If you don't have Witches, then aggressively look for them. In the case you have precisely 1 Witcher, then only mulligan if you really need to because you have a very shitty hand. Otherwise, you may end up with 2 Witches on hand. Cards you want to have in round 1 are all the cards that give you the power to win round 1. Unicorns, our engines, Orcs, Serid, Ifrit, Bribery, Peter, and so on. And of course, Albrecht to look for Shupe, Isbel, or missing combo cards like Unicorn, Serid, or Orcs. Cards you want to get rid of are all the cards that don't provide amazing value like Wolfpack, Alchemist, etc. The game plan would be the following. Regardless of the coin, we try to win round 1. It is totally okay to use your big combos plays like Unicorn and so on, but if possible, keep Emhyr, especially if the enemy leader was not used as well. Start with your engines and then react to your enemy, lock the engines, remove dangerous cards, and so on. If the enemy is on blue, you don't need Peter in round 3, you can think of using him to remove the tactical advantage buff for solid 8 points as well. Rod Tosser can be used to secure the round after the enemy has passed. Round 2, we typically pass, because we don't have that much push potential anyway. If you have the red cards in hand and you are playing against engine deck, then you can go for it. Otherwise, we prefer a long round 3 where we can utilize Shupe and Isbel. Round 3, we try to double play a Shupe Hunter early to split 9 damage or even better to buff up our whole hand by a ton of points. Lock every threat that comes towards you and be prepared to sometimes use your Emhyr onto a different target than Shupe. Sometimes a double lock will get you more points than Shupe would be because you destroy the enemy's game plan. When we are down to 2 cards, we play Isbel for the combo or Rod Tosser to give your enemy a hard time with the placement of the last card. About the matchups. Big Boy Woodland. Your key cards to win are Peter, and Shupe can do magic as well. It is essential for you to win round 1 and keep Peter, so you can use him on the big buff targets in round 3. Keep Emhyr for double Peter and consider the Shupe option to destroy a random enemy. Unseen Elder. Lock his Death Wish units early so your enemy can't combo with. Worst case, destroy them and catch up with tempo later. Remove Lizards on sight, but glad if you have enough options to do that. Play 2 long rounds and just overtake them with tempo for your combos and a good Shupe Hunter. Keep some removals ready in case they try to play Gales, Avalach or other shenanigans. Engine FOLTEST. Overtake FOLTEST by locking and removing all engines he plays onto the field. If you have limited removal on hand, then consider waiting for best targets like Yenkon, Anastrenga and co. In case you have a lot of push potential for round 2 like Shupe, Unicorns and co, and try to push them so the engines only get suboptimal value. Isbel and Bribery often land a jackpot by stealing or creating really good engines, so using them early will get you some extra points. Tribal Elves. Try to kill as many elves as possible so Eliran won't jump out of the deck and Isengrim does not find additional value. Prepare for cards like Shirou and Geralt Professional, for example by avoid buffing your units altogether. Offensive value through Chironex, Wolfpack and co is value that can't be denied anymore late in the round. Bribery is a risk against them because often you'll get cards that are only good in combination with elves, so play it when you don't rely on tempo in your turn. CRACH Control. If you manage to get all your units hand buffed through Shupe Hunter, then Bloodthirst is a tough time to trigger against you. You can try to get it in round 1 and then keep it for a second use in round 3. Other than that, expect cards like Geralt Professional and Wild Wolf of the Sea, and even though it is tempting to stack everything into your range throw, keep in mind that Geralt Yearden or worse Lacerate can be a big problem for you. Nilfgaard in general. Cards like Magnet Division and Nausicaa Sergeant have a high chance to be played early, so keep removals to take care of them. Don't play Rod Tosser against Nilfgaard as long as they still have slave inventories left and don't set up 1-point units for your opponent for the same reason. An early bribery can show you the secret sauce of the deck, which gives you an advantage in decision making. And with that said, let's move into some gameplay matches to showcase the deck. Usurper again. Okay, sure. The good thing is we have 4 more provisions, but we have kind of the same card set, so we should theoretically be a bit favored, a bit. We have Shupe with bribery, this is amazing. Isbel, okay, we don't need Albrecht per se, since we actually have already like all the combo pieces we need. Now it's getting dangerous. Question is, we could look for Orcs or something. Let's try. Okay, whew, 1 engine. Okay, cool. Yeah, we definitely can win 1-1 with this, I guess. So. Let's see. You can either unicorn this, or you can lock it. I would rather see this locked than unicorn, so we wait with tactical advantage. Okay, what can we do with this? I think we just Ifrit this, I guess. Yeah. That's the good thing about Ifrit, right? So... Pew pew, there we go, no engine for you. Hey, Roach. And then we can just boost Roach, theoretically. We can just wait for it as well. We wanna maybe have a slave infantry target, because we don't run Messiah anyway. We're currently 16 points ahead. What do we do with this little fella? We could, well, Unicorn would be like quite hard. We could bribery. Whatever we get, if you get a Unicorn, we kill it. If we get an Ifrit, we kill it. If we get a lock, it's fine. So actually all we get from this is pretty decent, I guess. There we go. Serrate, actually, that's what I need. The question is, this is like an 8, but it prevents whatever there comes. Unicorn, however, is a 12. I'd rather go with Unicorn, I guess. So, let's buff Roach. No, this one. There we go. So this was pretty good bribery right there. And what we do with this, we probably want to Chironex it at some point. Oh, that's locked. It has to be expected. Chironex. I mean, we can Albrecht now because we have like no problem with tempo at all. We could look for Ratasa. Or we go for Serrate Orcs. Even Magnivision would be okay. Even though he will probably lock it. So we probably want to see Orcs and stuff. Peter is also an interesting choice because with Peter we can work through these unicorns. Peter or Serrate? I think we go for Serrate.
I live to serve.
Yeah, more easy. There we go. It's a bit more removal, like for the low power engines. Okay, so we are now like at 6, so we can play 2 more cards basically, and we need to. If we have a lot of tempo, we should be fine. Yeah, I think we need to get witches out as well. Yeah, exactly. So now we're going to play witchers. Now we're going to use tactic advantage. There we go. If he's a Chironex, he now is able to play it. But then we also can play unicorn. If he plays his unicorns, then we do That's pretty good. But so he already played his Peter, so he can't play it later. Okay, we're 9 points. He still hasn't played his unicorns, so he definitely wants to do that, I guess. And we can now add a Chironex to Nausicaa Sergeant. That would be only 10 points, but if you play long into the round, then it would make sense. Or you play Unicorn. Or if you don't know what he has, he could have Leo as well. So I'd rather go for big points here. Let's see. There's the pass. Good then, let's play a long round. I mean, we played a lot of gold cards, he didn't. So provision wise, he's still ahead, but we may get a good hand buff off. So That could still be worth a lot. Then we got Siri. Then we got Peter, that's pretty important. We haven't seen his unicorn. We don't need Alchemist. That's probably quite useful. I probably want to get like Magnet Division as well. Rotas could be interesting. Let's look for Orcs maybe. Okay, perfect. This is good as well. We pass immediately because we want to get the Isbel combo. I get the Isbel combo going. Having Last Say is like really important for Emhyr. Or like not for Emhyr but for Isbel. Because that way we can abuse the combo. And he only has one card to react to Isbel. And typically the last card is not something which can like remove something. Or very rarely, let's say it like this. Let's put his cavalry. Question is, does our, where is it? Magnet Division actually stick to the board? I mean, he already got a lockout. He got 2 locks out. He has still Orcs probably. That's good. It can get a lot of value. Orcs as well. Don't think we need this. The Alchemist we definitely don't need. Okay, this is perfect. So we have a lot of locks now, which makes our Slave Driver even better. And we are playing second, which means we can actually react to stuff. So do we lock this immediately? Or do we wait? I already played one. I also played a Nausicaa Sergeant. It's soon for Shupe Hunter, that's why we lock this. Because that way, if you place like another one unit, something like this, even if you get like a Shupe Hunter with like deal 9 damage, it would be still 7 points of damage. The other option is that we play Orcs now and just lock this. Or that we play Slave Driver and kill it. Or... well, Ceres is kind of like an overkill. We probably want to keep the Ceres combo. It's like worth more. So let's just get rid of this. There we go. And now we can play our engine.
Yes.
So let's see, Shupe hand buff would be 3, 6, 8, 9 points. With the luck that we get actually more, and with bad luck we get less. So dealing 9 damage would be probably the best way, but on the other hand, then he has slave inventory targets again. So we probably want to wait. Or do we want to wait? Because like roar effect would be pretty important as well. We could also just go for the 12-point knight. That would be pretty good as well. Like let's shoot now. Let's shoot now. Well, let's see what we get. And then we go for Magnet Division. Because if you get hand buff, we get hand buff. There we go. Oh, that was a lot of ones. Ah, okay, it was actually okay. This is boosted by 2. So, okay, we're fine. Like nothing bad happened yet. I don't think he plays Yrden, but we're going to stack like them in different roles nevertheless. Why I played Shupe Hunter into hand buff right now is because if he like gets like a lot of damage out, like one survives with 1 point, then we have a problem. Good, there's like his first unicorn. So the thing is, he probably has like 2 more unicorns on hand. He could now leave inventory, but you know what, let's just get Magnet Division out. If he locks it, then, well, we'll have many. But if he Geonex it, well, we still have some cards here, which we can use. I was like, the more removal he has now, the more likely Isbel will survive. Also, the hand buff makes Isbel more survivable, so that's the next good thing. Let's see how we do this. Let's see. It's probably my last card, and this is probably my second last card. And everything else we play in between. Guess let's start with Slave Infantry next. Don't think we get a good Orcs target actually. Okay, well that's actually an even better Slave Infantry target. Lock an enemy unit, so this means you can't play it on carcass but him. This way at least he... my Magna Division doesn't tick anymore. So he made that for Atasa. Which is not a bad tactic. But he also gave me like a 9-point slave infantry.
They're dead already.
Sure. You do that, my friend, you do that. Like, I think we just go for the Sarit.
Beast man.
That's extra value. Damn. So currently we're ahead, which is good. 8 points. He still has like 2 unicorns. Because that was generated by bribery. There's the unicorn. 4. Oh, he actually doesn't have Chiro next hand. He didn't draw it, it seems. So that's probably my Peter target. I already played Peter in round 1. So we can just play unicorn, I guess. I think there's nothing bad in that. So let's play unicorn like this. Well, 2 6s, like, it doesn't matter actually. It doesn't matter. If he has Yerden, we distributed our points a bit. Next probably is Peter or Ox. I mean, do you think we get a good luck target? Well, we may. If you play something like Isbel as well. But typically, if you play Treason, you don't play Isbel. So it would be actually a good idea if we would have played here. It looks like my deck. It likes the Treason deck. No one plays Treason. Ox or Peter? Do you think there will be some buffed up thing? I don't think there will be. I don't think he will buff up anything. Ox is probably better as last card. Yeah, sure. So now we go for Isbel.
It's not too
Now let's see if he can count it. Point-wise, we're probably still ahead anyway. So the question is, do we need her?
Keep peasants on a short leash.
There we go. Ada.
Patience is not
They're using like this vampire to actually get a lot of swing potential. But it's fine, it's tricky. She or he can do only one. Don't need Roach, we're on blue, so we probably want to mulligan one more time. Got an engine, we got 2 engines. We probably want to lock something for slave drivers, it's fine. Alchemist is really something we don't want to have. On the other hand, we also don't need Isbel, but now it's getting really dangerous. So let's wait with them. And the question is, do we play Magna Division and boost it up immediately? He then can kill it with Unicorn. He then can kill it with Princess Ada, but he can't kill it. Well, he can kill it with Fess. So the question is, do we start with... Nah. I would rather see his Unicorn. I would rather see his Unicorn out than Vess. Oh, actually, no, he can't actually kill it with Unicorn. Never mind. If he's got a professional, he could kill it, but I don't know if he has. I don't think so. He doesn't want to spend Ada. Ooh, look at this. It's a lock target. A lock target for me. How nice of you. There you go. Question is, does this deck run a lot of engines? Like, there could be Yenkon, there could be more trebuchets. Well, we only have 1 locked unit, so this will do 3. We don't have any other damage units currently. So let's just play engines against his engines and see who generates more points in the end. Currently I do. By 1. The question is if this will survive. That's a good West target.
Fight, maim, kill!
Revenants. Okay, that's what we're going to kill.
Back in line!
No Revenants for you. We now have a target for slave infantry as well. Oh, he's really going for it. Look at this. I guess in this case we just like play slave infantry now to prevent this being hit by trebuchet. And there we go. This is going to be dangerous. Let's see if he actually... Okay. I can't do anything against this. This is the problem. I guess we just want witches out now. Roach, please! Ah, Roach. I expected you that you jump off the second row. Roach? Or not Roach? No Roach. Ah, 6 points. Last save would be tremendous. Long run 1, long run 2 is also a 3 is also okay because of Shupe. But Isbel, the Isbel combo would be amazing. The question is, if you play Arbish now, do we think he catches up? If he catches up, we may need to use Shupe, which is a problem. That I can always kill Isbel. He needs 6 points. 6 points he has for sure. Especially if Seal. I'm a bit torn here. Like, all my removals against these little fellas is not here. So I'll probably pass, and then we just hope that we can get all the removals in hand for round 3. So he won't be able to do more Revenant, Sabrina, whatever style to us. Let's see. We actually got a Chironix out. Like, this is good. Like, okay, so now we have a bit of advantage in round 3 because we got the Chironix out. We didn't. We have unicorns, he hasn't. Perfect. If we get like good Shupe hand buff, we may just overtake him with value. Serrate is good. Oh, Ox is perfect. Ox is like amazing against this deck. Does Spotter find a lot of value? I probably want to play Spearman. Not bad per se, but hey. This case we probably just... Let's see if he pushes. I don't think so. Yeah, now we have time for Albrecht. What do we want to have? We don't have unicorns, so I guess we're going to look for the unicorns. And I guess we're going for Chironix, because removal is like way better than the passive one. So we play actually semi long round. The question is really, do we need Shupe immediately? Depends what he's playing. If you destroy a random enemy, we can also like play Shupe, that's fine. There's Chironix, Alchemist we don't need. That's what we even like, that's even well, actually in this case this is better because we can heal up a lower unit. Spotter? No, better this one. Both back, okay, sure. Actually, like, how do we start? We don't have a proactive play. Now that I see it again, like it happens all the time. Actually, we should have kept Alchemist. That is Shupe Hunter. Play a random card from the deck. This would be okay. This is not okay. No. This is, we need to play something like those. Probably Wolfpack, actually. Or we play Isbel now. Don't have last say anyway. Let's play Isbel now. We don't have last say anyway. And she can like postpone around a bit. So we may get a good hand buff up. We'll see. Question is if he wants to destroy it. I don't think he can. I think he only has 4-point damaging abilities. Maybe find a good engine. Let's see. Peter or Bluestrap Scout? Well, we definitely don't need this one, but he wants to have this for either Commandos or Revenants. We don't have boost. Well, actually, we probably have boosted units. Does he have boosted units though? We have boost by 2 and whatever Shupe will be able to do. And what this is, actually, I think I'll take the Bluestrap Scout here. And we just play around. Well.
Elves must die!
I actually knows what he's gotten. Could have killed this, but let's see. I probably wanna keep Orcs for if we get a lot of remnants or something onto the board. This is something I probably wanna kill. Maybe we want to just kill it with Serit actually. But then we can only lock like one Revenant, which is kind of meh. But Yencon we can still get with this, so... It's fine, I guess. So Shupe will become... Well, probably not doing hand buff because of Bravery. We probably want to use this into damage. Maybe also Knight into lock. Well, that's a your next target, I guess. Can also lock it probably. Question is... Well, it will get 4 additional value. We still have to lock for an engine and maybe Shupe's removal. So far we are fine, we're just denying stuff. Octavus rune may happen actually. But he has no seal, so that's the good thing. Rubert will happen for sure though. Do we Bribery now? Because we have a bit of time. Don't need to buff up anything currently. Can also hit this down to 1, but then he has a Revenant target again. Let's see if he can get an engine. Unicorn. Okay. He has Peter though. But we can buff like... We can buff her. And Unicorn will be a 6. We don't have orders, so let's use the Unicorn. And let's buff up Isbel by 2. I still have double Shupe, so we may be able to clear the board. I want to use Shupe kind of early because if you want to have row effects, then I need to apply a row effect early. Destroy a random enemy probably won't be happening. Double Knight doesn't make any sense. If you want to play Double Knight, we probably want to... Yeah. Getting back Serit is even better.
You sure as shit need me.
So now he wants to set a Unicorn, like... What? Set the power of a non-boosted enemy to 1. I mean, we just like boost this now, right? Like, or we get it back with Emhyr. That's the next thing. Getting it back with Emhyr would mean 9 points, which is pretty good. Could like 8 points because we just removed the blue strap scout. And we don't know what Shupe will bring us anyway, so... Other option is to buff this. But we don't need to play it immediately, we can also just play Wolfspack to hit this. Yeah, let's do this. Let's play just Wolfpack. And there we go. Oh, I need another one. Well, in this case, let's just hit this, I guess. You can now basically Revenant onto Blue Strap Scout, but hey. We can still kill a Revenant, we can still boost an ally to play get out of a Revenant. Is it a lock? Oh, okay, sure. Well, that's good, I guess, for us. What do we do with Shupe? Do we play him right now? I think we need, because otherwise the row effect won't trigger for the whole row. Play a card from the deck. This case is actually okay. I mean, all of these are at least 4 points of value. Let's play right. Oh well, let's see. Shupe, come to my aid, my friend. Row effect, boosting, random enemy. Well, boosting doesn't make sense. Row effect is at least an 8, I guess. Ragnarok. Well, that's even better. Okay. That's... Well, that's actually Serit target. We don't need to lock that. There we go. We're quite ahead, but he still has Ada. And he can always kill Sabrina with the Arbalest.
Battles are won or lost by the commanders, not by sorceresses.
Do we boost Sabrina instead? Then he can't kill it with Arbalest, he needs an Ada for that. Because we want to lock whatever comes there, I guess.
With pitchforks inside.
Let's see if that's enough or if he can still like play the component. That's what I want to lock, exactly. Because Rupert will be amazing otherwise.
Sometimes I've had enough.
So he can now Ada Sabrina, I guess. Let's see if he can do that much damage. He can. There we go. Big thanks to all my patrons who support me and make this possible, but also thanks to all of you who watched this video. Check out my Patreon link in my video description to learn about what you can get for supporting me as well, like gifted Twitch subs, postcards and way more. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more in-depth Gwent guides, and see you in-game.